Once upon a time in Zimbabwe, anyone would just walk through your neighborhood, greet your neighbor, ask for a glass of water, or those random unexpected visits from the Ekaya aunties. But today, boom gates, high walls, and security guards with their famous question, "Murukenda kunoona ani?" Gated communities are no longer just a way of luxury living for the rich and famous, but they're becoming the new normal. How did we get here? Why are more people choosing to live behind the walls and the booms? This is what this video is all about: the rise of gated communities in Zimbabwe. Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are all about gated communities, the good, the bad, and the uncomfortable truth. Let's face it, times have changed, people are changing, and so is the society. A gated community is a residential area where access is controlled. Usually, there will be walls, fences, boom gates, security guards, sometimes CCTV, and very clear rules. In Zimbabwe, gated communities come in different forms: cluster homes, townhouse complexes, full estates, or even ordinary suburbs that decided to close their roads. Yes, some gated communities started as normal suburbs. For those of you who grew up in the 90s and the 80s, you surely remember a different Zimbabwe. Children would play outside, on the streets, doors would be unlocked, neighbors knew each other, and people were borrowing things from each other like mealie meal, sugar. It was just this one big, happy community. But then we entered in the 2000s. The urban migration increased. This brought about a very huge increase in the population, which brought about very big changes. The council services declined. Refuse collection patterns, they started to change. Water cars and power cars were now being experienced. People were now having security concerns. This was the time in which private security companies started to boom. A lot of residents were now contracting these companies to come and do day patrol as well as night patrol. And this was the time in which residents agreed to put boom gates on their residential areas. I clearly remember somebody seeing a boom gate for the first time asking, kokuno kumakuita zveku America, until it became the normal. So why are gated communities becoming more and more popular? Not just in Zimbabwe, but the whole world at large. They offer the three fundamentals of real estate: privacy, protection, and prestige. Imagine you're having a conversation with someone and then they just casually mention they stay in Borodale Estate, Millennium Heights, Arlington Estate, or Nyerezi Ridge. Automatically you'll know they have a financial muscle. Let us look at reason one, the protection. Security is the biggest driver, the number one reason gated communities are rising. People are becoming busier. They want peace of mind. In a gated community, there are guards, the entry is controlled, strangers are questioned, vehicles are recorded. So for many families, especially those with young children, that peace of mind knowing your children are safe, knowing your family is safe. The feeling of not having to be startled or fearing every sound or strange sound that you might hear from the outside. That is priceless, and people are willing to pay for it. And to why people love gated communities so much: the prestige. A lot of us are not going to openly admit they do it for the prestige, but let's face it, who doesn't want the status that come with staying in such areas? Like I mentioned, imagine you're having a conversation with somebody and they just randomly mention they stay in Borodale Estate, Millennium Heights, Pokogara, Nyerezi, Arlington. Automatically, you know they have a financial muscle. There are actually some schools in which you cannot enroll your child unless you stay in certain areas. Some people, they even go as far as having to ask an auntie or an uncle to use their address in order for them to enroll their children in those schools. Okay, let's face it, we are in 2026. By law, we cannot segregate by race. But with this elder here, we can. According to psychology, humans love what is scarce, what is limited. That feeling of staying in a community which is exclusive to just a number of limited people. The streets, you'll hear them saying, these gated communities, makomboni or my ghettos are kwa Samora. But let's face it, these are homes or stands that are being sold in the gated communities. They come at a cost. It's not everyone who can just afford to stay in those areas. Actually, the people or the majority who are buying stands in those areas, these are the ones who are just tired of those big traditional big yards, big mansions. They just want something which is compact and of course have a community of like-minded people. The rich are simply tired of the big mansions and they just no longer want the burden of taking care or having to organize on all these nitty-gritties when they can simply pay someone to do and organize all these services for them. Let's have a look at the urban pressures and the land shortages. Harare is growing fast. As of 2025, the population was sitting at 2.1 million people. Each and every single person wanted a piece of this finite resource. The city council got overwhelmed. There was chaos. But let's face it, chaos is a myth. It's an opportunity. It's a ladder for you to climb up for those that can see beyond the walls. The developers, they came in and they grabbed the opportunity. They responded by building cluster homes, townhouses, and these estates we are all witnessing. Instead of having one house on 2,000 square meters, developers are now building up to 10 homes on the very same land. All gated, and yes, people are buying. Let's look at the other reason, service delivery realities. For most of gated communities, residents don't wait for the council. They provide boreholes, solar systems, private refuse collection, and well-maintained roads. You're not just buying a house, you are buying the services. And a lot of people, they do not mind paying for the reliability. Let's have a look at the other side of gated communities, the problems and the criticism. The yards are very, very small. There can be some noise disputes. The levies are high. Of course, the levies, they're supposed to be there, but others are complaining they're way too high. Or maybe it's a sign you do not afford to be in that area. And also, let us not forget the fine that you have to pay for failing to meet the aesthetics of the neighborhood. A lot of people are also complaining. These gated communities, they are destroying the social structure of the country. Traditionally, we always knew about the rich, the middle class, and the poor. But with the coming of gated communities, they are now creating the rich amongst the poor and the poor amongst the rich. Is this the future of Zimbabwean housing? Where are we headed exactly? The truth is, gated communities are here to stay. As cities grow and the services remain unreliable, people will continue to choose private solutions. But the big question is always affordability. Will gated communities become affordable, or they're going to remain for the privileged of each social circle? My question to you is, if money was not a limiting factor, would you stay in a gated community? And for those who are already staying in gated communities, do you regret that choice? Thank you so much, guys, for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to this channel. Until next informative video, cheers.